What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Poke Office. My name is Colin. In today's video, we are looking at my favorite thing to look at in Pokemon, which is booster boxes and sealed product. I love it because that's what I like to collect. So I'm working on my sealed booster box collection, but also it just feels a little bit more like of a stable investment platform through Pokemon than some other stuff that we talk about. Like looking at cards, oftentimes a new set comes out, the cards go big for a short period of time, then they come down. And I guess that happens to booster boxes to some extent, especially in Scarlet and Violet so far. But it feels like booster boxes over time are destined to go up in value because, I mean, the supply just starts running out and the demand is still kind of there for it these days. So I love it. It's actually my favorite thing to collect. So we're going to look at all of the Sword and Shield booster boxes and into Scarlet and Violet booster boxes. But before we get into that data, I have a huge giveaway going on this week. As of the time of recording this, I am like right close to 5,000 subscribers. So thank you so much. It is meaning the world to me. Legitimately, I'm kind of speechless about it. It's crazy. But I'm giving away for my 5,000 subscriber giveaway. I'm giving away this bad boy, a 151 Ultra Premium Collection. So the winner is going to be announced on November 6th. So it's kind of like a 2-week long giveaway. Which is really exciting. So every video you watch of mine from now until November 6th, you can like and comment and share it. And if you're not subscribed, you could do that and put the bell notifications on as well. That's going to give you 1 entry. So if you do that for all 6 videos leading up to that giveaway, you got 6 entries. If you become a YouTube member, you get some bonus entries. So lots of cool stuff happening, but I'm giving that away on November 6th. So thank you all so much. 5,000 in just a little over a year, which is just mind-blowing to me. Thank you. Let's get to this booster box data and see what has been happening. Okay, so last time we did a booster box video, we looked at like a little bit of a narrower view only of the last 3 months. This time, the graphs are all going to be 1 year long up until Scarlet Violet, because that obviously hasn't been out a year yet. But all of these Sword and Shield sets have been out for a year other than Silver Tempest, but Silver Tempest has enough data to look at a year because they have the pre-release pricing on here as well. So starting off with Sword and Shield base set, started at $238.40 in October 2022. Now it's at $288.20, which is up 20.9%, a nice increase. I think you're going to like some of these numbers and see why I am so big on investing in booster boxes. Next up, Rebel Clash, a not popular set, but the booster box is doing fairly well. Started at $189.24. That was a year ago. Now it has just kind of been trending upwards the whole year, and now it's at $219.83, a 16.2% increase. Then we go to Darkness Ablaze, a set that I'm really starting to compare to Obsidian Flames. I've had this like comparison kind of dialogue going for the last couple weeks where Scarlet and Violet, in my opinion, is really moving in the same direction as Sword and Shield did, where the base set, not anything fantastic. The next set, Rebel Clash, the booster box is doing quite well. Paldea Evolved not doing very well yet, but it also was a bit of a short printed set. Plus, it's actually a really fun set to open. So I think that one could do really well in the future. Darkness Ablaze, not doing anything crazy. It's actually still under the MSRP for the Sword and Shield booster boxes at $134.85. But if you look shortly at Obsidian Flames, they're both Charizard sets. They both have the one Charizard chase card that's doing well. And other than that, not a ton to get excited about. So I could see Obsidian Flames being quite similar to Darkness Ablaze. Next up, we have Vivid Voltage, and it's doing okay, still under MSRP of $143 and change, but it started at $123.29 a year ago. Now it's at $136, so it is slowly increasing. If you draw like a trend line there, it is going up, which is a good thing. Then we move into Battle Styles, which was so cheap for such a long time. I actually kind of wish I would have bought a few more booster boxes of Battle Styles early on when I got started with the channel, because I actually think it's a cool set. You got like, you obviously have the Sleepy Tyranitar to chase. You have the Rapid Strike and Single Strike Urshifus, the Vs and the VMAXs. You got the Empoleon card. There's some cool cards in this set, and it was always so cheap, and it's actually trended up. I mean, at the start of the year, it trended up. Now it's kind of been flatlined at $110 range for quite a few months now, but I think this one could still do pretty good because it's still really cheap for a set that's already 2 years old. Next, we got Chilling Reign, one of my favorite sets out of Sword and Shield, especially for investment purposes because there's so many huge cards. And a year ago, you could buy this thing for $100.88. Now it's right around that MSRP price of $146. MSRP is $143. This box now, market price is $146.40, which is a 45% increase over the last year. A very nice increase on your money. Speaking of nice increases on your money, we got Evolving Skies, which everyone knows if you've been following the Pokemon space for a day, is Evolving Skies crazy. A year ago, you could have bought this thing for $255.93. Now it's $419.99. This thing just does not stop increasing. I firmly believe that Evolving Skies is going to be somewhat like Team Up, where it's just going to continue increasing in price because people can't get enough of it and can't get enough of those evolutions in the set. Then we have Fusion Strike. This one also cheap a year ago, $96.98. So it was a sub $100 booster box a year ago. Now it's right around that MSRP price. The current market price for a Fusion Strike booster box is $146.75, which is a 51.3% increase over the last year. Like, are you kidding me? This is good news for lots of us who have some of these booster boxes. Maybe bad news if you don't have these booster boxes and you still want them. Then this one is kind of the odd man out, Brilliant Stars. For whatever reason, I could never figure this out. When I started the channel, a Brilliant Stars booster box was so expensive, even though you could always buy it, especially in North America, on Pokemon Center for the MSRP price of $143. So the market price was always like $180. It actually started at $168.58 before spiking to $180. You could still buy it for $143 on Pokemon Center, so I just didn't ever understand what was happening. And now it has come back down to earth, and now it's at $138.44. So down 17.9%, but I'm still pretty big on Brilliant Stars because I think this set is going to do quite well in the future. I think Charizard holds a lot of weight to it, even though there's tons of Charizards lately. And you got the Arceus card, and there's just some good stuff in Brilliant Stars. It's a really fun set. Plus, it started off the trainer gallery for the Sword and Shield era, which is also really, really amazing. Then moving into Astral Radiance, and now we're right back to the green graphs where it's trending up. So this one started at $103.56. Now it's at $130.84. So a 26.3% increase, which I am a big fan of. Astral Radiance has actually really grown on me over time because it was always the set where I was like almost forgotten about because Brilliant Stars was really cool. Lost Origin was really cool. Silver Tempest was really cool. And Astral Radiance didn't have like that huge chase card for anyone. But the more I see the Machamp, the more I definitely want to pull that card. And I think Astral Radiance actually has a ton of value to offer you if you're looking to open some fun sets. Next, we got Lost Origin. And here's what happened. It started at $105.35, spiked all the way up to almost $165, and then it has come back down to earth a little bit because there was that reprint a few months ago. So now it's at $132.95. Another set that I think could do really well over time. That Giratina is a huge chase card for people. The Aerodactyl is also a really cool card, and just overall a really fun set to open. Definitely one of my top like 3 or 4 sets out of Sword and Shield. Oftentimes I've said that it's my favorite, even though I don't know if that's actually true, but really, really a good set, and I think could age very, very nicely. And then we have Silver Tempest, the last main set out of Sword and Shield, also doing well and also had that reprint in the summertime where this one started a year ago at $104.57. That was like right around the time that this set released. We're just under a year. I think it was released in November of 2022. So $104.57, spiked up to $145. Now it has come back down because of that reprint, currently at $123.38, but still an 18% increase if you bought it a year ago. Now we're moving on to Scarlet and Violet, and you're going to start seeing some downward trends. This graph is 6 months long because Scarlet and Violet has been out for basically 6 months, 7 months-ish, something like that. Started at $107.44, so it was already kind of cheap. And then it's just continued to drop 19.4% down, currently at $86.56. I can't believe the MSRP went up for Scarlet and Violet era, and we're seeing sub $90 booster boxes. Are you kidding me? That's absolutely insane. Like, it makes me want to go buy another case of these booster boxes, even though I don't know if the base set has all that much to offer. Next, Paldea Evolved, I think, has tons to offer. I think it's a super fun set to open. and the price is really good right now. Started at $112.99. That was back in May. Now it's at $93.60. So not a sub $90 box, but a sub $100 box. And literally, I think Paldea Evolved is going to age really well. It's an underrated set, super fun to open. The artwork is spectacular, and there's lots of chase cards in it, which makes it really good in my opinion. Then Obsidian Flames, the last one of the main sets that we can talk about before talking about the pre-release. Obsidian Flames started at $115.24. That was in late July, so that was kind of like a pre-release, pre-order pricing. Now it's sub $100 again, $97.75, and it's kind of looked like it's flatlined right around that like $95 to $100 range. Unfortunately, in my opinion, Obsidian Flames is kind of one of those sets like Darkness Ablaze, like we talked about already, where you have the one Charizard chase card, you have some good artworks in it, but there's nothing of like crazy big value in Obsidian Flames if you don't pull that Charizard card to make people really want Obsidian Flames. So I'm not 100% convinced that Obsidian Flames is going to age that well in the next like 2-3 year time span, especially considering Paldea Evolved is right next to it, and I think it's a way better set in terms of value and fun to open. Speaking of, we got the last set, which comes out in less than 2 weeks, Paradox Rift, and I've been hearing mixed reviews. I've watched a few YouTube videos about this set, and I think the artwork actually looks spectacular, but it's also only like a month and a bit, 6 weeks or so since 151 released when Paradox Rift comes out, and I don't know if that's enough time to let 151 simmer, because people are loving 151. People keep ripping 151, and 151 is bringing a lot of people back to the hobby. I don't know if Paradox Rift is going to keep that hype up. It's just like you got these strange iron Pokemon and ancient and future. So supposedly, from what I've seen in the comments, it looks like Paradox Rift is going to change the meta of the actual card game quite a bit. It could do some nice damage in the TCG. But collector-wise, I don't know if people are going to get on board with this set or not. It's yet to be determined. So speaking of Paradox Rift, if you've been watching the channel for any amount of time, you know that I've partnered with TCGandGames.com to bring you 5% off your next Pokemon order, and you can still pre-order Paradox Rift from TCGandGames.com and use the promo code ThePokeOffice for 5% off your next order. But better yet, the Elite Trainer Box reprint of Crown Zenith is now in stock at TCG and Games. So if you want 5% off some Crown Zenith Elite Trainer Boxes, use the promo code ThePokeOffice. Go to TCGandGames.com, support him. He supports the channel. It's helping me continue on, and he's an awesome dude. So go support TCGandGames.com using the promo code ThePokeOffice. Now, let me know what you think about what we talked about, the booster boxes. Scarlet and Violet booster boxes are just like fire sale right now. I think that if you can afford to like add a few of those to your repertoire, might be a good idea, especially if you're able to hold for like that 5 to 10 year term. I think they're going to do really, really well. And Sword and Shield, especially the later half of Sword and Shield, like you still have an opportunity here to buy for MSRP pricing. And in 3 to 5 years, I think those booster boxes are going to do extremely well. We've talked about it before, but Sword and Shield was all through that COVID era where people came back into the Pokemon and collecting scene. I think people are going to have fond memories of it. There's some amazing alternate artworks in the later half of Sword and Shield era. I think they're just going to do really, really well. With that being said, I still have never pulled the Charizard V alternate art from Brilliant Stars, so we're going to try with 10 packs. Here we go, baby. All right, let's go. We got some Brilliant Stars. It's been a minute since I opened Brilliant Stars. Definitely a set that I think could do well, like I said in the presentation. I just think that the Charizard holds a lot of power in terms of long-term Pokemon cards. Just mostly because we have the base set Charizard, and everything since then, like Charizard has been kind of a staple, almost like the same as, maybe even more than Pikachu, actually. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think Charizard holds more weight than Pikachu, or vice versa? I definitely like Charizard cards better than the Pikachu, for the most part. But Charizard has also been printed a lot. And like we even have the new Charizard EX box. So that's more Charizard. Like, it's just kind of insane that there's so many of them. But what can you do? That being said, I just think Brilliant Stars has a lot going for it. It's like the first set that has Trainer Gallery out of Sword and Shield. It has the Charizard cards. It has the Arceus card. I just think it's an overall, like, probably 8.5 out of 10 set out of Sword and Shield for whatever reason. So let me know what you think about that, if you would rate it that high or if you would rate it lower than that. Moltres. 2 regular holo hits, but nothing of note yet. So gotta get something here. There's also, I can't even think what's in the trainer gallery. Oh, you got the Sylveon. We got something here. Regular art. Zamazenta V. There we go. First hit. You got the Sylveons and the other evolution. Umbreon. Trainer gallery cards. The Mimikyu. So there's some cool cards in the set for sure. And yeah, so I don't know. I'm still seriously not bored of 151. It's like I said it on my last video, but quickly becoming my favorite set ever to open. I love it, especially because I pulled the Zapdos. I pulled my chase card on it last video, if you haven't watched that yet. And I don't know, the nostalgia is just so real. I've been hearing your comments and like all over the PokeWeb is that people want Gen 2 next. And I think that would be so epic to do all the generations of Pokemon as like specialty sets maybe. I think that would be super cool. So I'm hoping that Pokemon hears our cries for this stuff and does that for us. But honestly, with the new set coming out, Paradox Rift, I'm pretty excited about it. I actually just ended up finishing the game, the Violet game on the Switch. Like, I had never gone into Area Zero for those of you who have played the game. So I think, I don't know how I feel about the ancient and the future Pokemon. Like, I kind of think it's a cool gimmick, and I kind of think that they look a little bit silly being like all iron and all that kind of stuff. So there could be something cool, and it could be totally lame too. So I'm excited. What I'm trying to say is I'm excited to see Paradox Rift introduce that new stuff into the card game. So it's out in less than 2 weeks now when this video drops, so that's pretty exciting. Anyways, this is the last pack. It's been total garbage town. Last card in 3, 2, 1. Oof. Yikes. Three regular holos, but I can't even count those as real hits anymore in a set that has Trainer Gallery. That's pretty lame. This is all we got, the Zamazenta V. That's it. That's all she wrote. That's going to do it for me at the Poke Office. Appreciate you all so much. Make sure to hit all those buttons and share the video so that you're entered to win the 151 Ultra Premium Collection that's going to be announced on November 6th. So keep an eye out for my new videos. They're out Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Appreciate you all so much for watching. And until my next one. Peace.